Hey Ben, this is Yusuf. I don't know if you remember these or not, but these things are called video responses. And YouTube took them away, and now here we are, and now they're called mentions. So I just thought it was important to talk about this. I think the things you talked about today were it's a very important subject. Like, I don't disagree with you at all. This world is screwed up, and being underneath a rock isn't going to help anything. But like you said, your life you've been more negative towards what's been going on just in this world, and I understand that, and I don't blame you for being that way. For me personally, I've always felt like I've always been a person, and I've had this saying for a while. I try not to get too high, but not too low either. I try to stay balanced. And part of that has been that's tough because here's the problem. There's so many news outlets. There's crap news outlets. There's decent news outlets, and then there's really shitty ones too, right? Pardon my language. Um, there's just it's it's really hard to trust anything out there. And so you get people that don't want anything to do with the news because they don't know what to believe. And then you got people that like go on every word of a news network or vice versa. It's tough. And so I've just tried to stay even keel. Like, I'm open to different opinions. I'm open to different. Um, I just keep myself open because I know what the world is like, and I know that everything is not perfect. So we're talking about change then. So what can we do to change things, whether it's really tiny or really big? For me personally, I focused 5 years ago. I focused on helping people. So I started helping the homeless. Um, specifically, specifically, I was in a group which helped feed the homeless, help set them up for the night. For 2 years we did that. I did that, and then about around that same time, I also started donating blood. I donated blood every 2 times a year, which is what you can basically do if you do double red, or is it power red? It's power red, not double red. I did that in Phoenix for up until now, and that's just whether you consider that or anyone else considers that a tiny thing. You know, it's up to interpretation, I guess. But that's been my way of giving back to the community and I guess having some kind of change in a way where people are being saved because from what I've been told, and I say that but with a grain of salt because you can never really truly know, seems like anymore, but there's been a blood shortage in the United States from what I've been reading and what I've been told. So I felt like for me, not only is it just because I know this information, because I feel like I think it's a great thing to do for me personally. And so I decided to do that. And so I I think that I think it was just a positive thing I could do for our country, our to invoke some kind of change, well, even if it's, saving a life, and so now I'm back in Minnesota now, and so now I have to figure out what I'm going to do that to donate blood again. So, um, but you're not wrong, Ben. You have every right to feel the way you have felt over the years about being negative. Um, I will also say this though. Um, I dealt with health issues when I was younger. I was I was a bigger guy. Um, when I was 18, 17 or 18, I really started gaining weight, and um, it was difficult. I don't know if it was because my parents divorced or why I started eating so much. Maybe it was like an unconscious thing. I don't know. But maybe that's why. I don't know. Thinking back about it now, I liked food, and it was just maybe my way of feeling good about myself. But when I turned about 22, 23, I'm 36 now, I told myself if I want to get out of this depression, if I want to go, I guess just be more positive about the way I think and the way I feel, I need to get out, exercise, do these things to help myself. And I did. I I weighed 200, just over 200 pounds. Doesn't seem like a lot for a lot of people, but for me, it was a lot. And so I lost about, I got down to about 165, and that's kind of where I'm at right now still. So I've just learned to, it's incredible how much being more active for me changed the way I thought. My depression has been a lot better. I don't have as much anxiety anymore. Anxiety is still an issue for me. Don't get me wrong, but um, it's it doesn't happen as much anymore. But those are just some of my thoughts. Like I just feel like I feel the way you do. I understand, and I don't blame you. I don't. I don't blame anyone feeling the way they do because everyone has an opinion, and that's okay. I mean, I've just met a lot of people. The most frustrating thing is to talk to people, and I don't know if I mentioned this a few minutes ago, but I'll talk to people, and they don't know what the hell is going around, what the hell is going on in this world, and it's that in itself is depressing. And um, I just, again, I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not that person. But I encourage people to watch the news or read, however way you consume news. I encourage people to do so, whether it's at a local level or a national level or whatever it is, because it's just as you said, Ben. In order to for change to happen, we all have to be informed. We all have to be like know what the hell we're talking about. Because if we don't know what we're talking about, how do we ever expect change to happen? Um, and again, that's something I need to work on as well. It's not just one or two people. It's everyone. It's it's just it's a depressing thing. And so, with that said, those are just some of my thoughts, Ben. Really, really happy to see you doing well, and proud of you for the journey you've been on with your health. Great to see you doing your thing. So, with that said, I will get out of here and stop rambling and repeating things that I've already said a million times before. So, with that said, Ben, thanks for watching and thanks for listening, and I appreciate you, Ben. Talk to you later. Peace.